Our time on this leeward side of the mighty Mount Kenya, the Maasai and Nanyuki, is not yet over. But we want to answer to the invitation that's taking us across the country to the neighboring Cumberland to visit the Akamba Cultural Center and Museum. We're very excited about that. In our previous episode, we had a 3-part conversation with Mutuko Mwindi here in Nanyuki about the Akamba people of Kenya.
So you are welcome to Akamba Cultural Center. You'll see the tangible artifacts of the Akamba people.
Yeah. In today's video, we take you on the scenic drive to Cumberland or UKAMBANI in Makueni's Emali division of Ilisiani village, where the Akamba Cultural Center and Museum is located. If that sounds interesting, then let's get started. Our journey starts here in Nanyuki, where we are super distracted by the mountain. But okay. Let's go. This mountain will not let us go. And so we start the journey on the leeward side of the mountain, the Kirinyaga, and you can see that the land looks quite dry. And along the road, you will see a lot of economic activities. We will pass by some small towns, plenty of food.
3 hours later.
It is dark, and so we make a lovely stop in. This is Imara Daima, an estate in the city of Nairobi. And early in the morning, we are up and ready to continue with the journey to Emali. Immediately you can see we are in UKAMBANI. The landscape is UKAMBANI. The mountains are telling you we are in UKAMBANI.
It's a mosque in the middle of nowhere. It's very nice, actually.
Yeah. This really is UKAMBANI, and this is a traditional African market, an indigenous market. All this food is coming from here. There is also a mosque there. The landscape is picturesque. The soil is deep red. So we are in Emali town. Emali is a town that is built alongside the road, the Mombasa Road. It's one of the towns, the roadside towns. And we are going to go off Mombasa Road and take a turn to be able to access Ovilisiani village, where Akamba Cultural Center is. So we are in Emali. We just took a turn and headed to the Akamba Cultural Center. We're very excited about that. One of the things that Akamba people followed when they were migrating was the mountains and the hills. So we take this stand. This is a beautiful, picturesque village. Lots of hills. The soil is now maroon. It is deep red. The center is in welcoming us as we come in, and these are small spaces, trading centers, where you can also find that the government administration also is stationed in these places. And as you can see, it seems like a bit of a not as vibrant. There's not a lot of people. A lot of shops seem to be closed. But that's usually because these towns only are commercial towns. People don't really live in these towns, they live in their homes. And so this place will get vibrant during the market day. Today is a Sunday, so there isn't a lot going on in the towns. There is not so much economic activity going on in the towns. You will see a lot of churches. UKAMBANI was one of the places that was notoriously taken up by the missionary work, and so you can see the backdrop of what the missionaries did in this area of UKAMBANI, which is quite interesting that Mutuku decides to really go against that and station a traditional cultural heritage museum right in the epicenter of missionary work. It's a very laid-back town. You can literally see that this is a town that is purely commercial, and today is not a day for commerce. And Sundays, of course, here there is a lot going on in the church.
Happy to inform us about all of these questions we have.
You see another easy way to carry water. So we are going to continue looking and searching to see if we can find this place, and we are using our GPS. But generally what's happening is that a lot of young people have migrated into the towns to look for work, because as soon as you go through the education system, it makes you completely irrelevant for the homes. So you find a lot of people leaving these rural areas and migrating to go squeeze themselves in very impossible situations in the city, leaving all this beauty lying here empty. Very likely. It's quite hot. Everyone needs to take When they say that the world is too populated, it's not true. It's just that we are concentrated in towns. Concentration camps. The modern concentration camps are cities and towns. Speaking of which, please go and check my new channel. I call it the Sato Sage, where I delve in and talk about some of these things, especially that concern us returning back into how we are supposed to be, to experiencing our human experience in its optimal totality. Generally, towns and cities in Kenya are purely commercial, and so you find that people don't really live in the towns, they live in homesteads, which is something that you're just about going to see. The people that are living in towns and they are just renting. That's the place to get flour from, you know, where you will do your maize into flour. Mama Brian shop, and here is a church, I'm sure, or maybe a multi-purpose hall. This is a church. There is groceries. But already you can feel how homely and community knit together these places. Kids just walking alone somewhere to wherever is a good sign of safety and a bright future. Baba! I'm supposed to say Mwacha because I'm their mother. Yeah, I'm the age of their mother or their grandmother.
Be a turn. I think this one here.
Yes, here. The soil is red.
Yeah, this soil is really
it's
red.
Like deep red.
Oh wow. Maybe we missed. Ja, får du vaktas kan...
There are cactus on this side. This is Mbuyu. Can I call it Mbuyu? And it has It has all these, the one that Oleshipo was calling the sausages for the elephants or the monkeys. And this, I think, is the one that will bring this thing for washing. I don't know, maybe not. So look how maize is growing nicely here. There is sunflower. You see? There's a reason they send us to the other side. So maize and sunflower growing together, and bananas. There is a line there, this line of grass, and after every few meters they will grow a line of grass like that. This is a mango tree with mangoes almost ready, or maybe they're already ready for harvest. There is nice flowers here. All around, we are surrounded by a lot of maize, and they have really cleared the weeds. There's this part that is vacant but has flowers. The flowers could be growing wildly. This is Nzo, I think Lucena. This Selena told us it's called Lucena in English, but we call it Nzo. It's a nice nitrogen fixing plant, so it goes very well planted along the maize. This here is beans, so normally the next time they will grow something else there, like maize, potatoes. I don't know if potatoes are doing well here. There's a tree that is a home to several birds. This one as well. These are birds that are, when you see an animal making a home, usually it has babies. You can see the bird nests. It's good that I'm not watching what's going on. I would be stressing you. I would be like, no, pass here, I'm so scared. When you see kids just walking on the road by themselves, it's always a good sign. It's always a good indication of safety. And safety, hope. You see these black little fruits? We used to eat them a lot. It's like little black berries. And here is a typical Kamba home. We'll have homes like that, and some people just lounging. Cows. There's a cow shed there. This is another home here in front of us. Oh, the birds! The birds! So there's a home here, and the mountains at the back. What a nice place to live. Some kids, everyone is coming from school. It shows a very good health of the community when kids are just walking by themselves to school or to church or to wherever. There is a good sense of safety and security and a hope for the future. That looks like an abandoned house. The birds. Birds are saying hi to us and alerting everyone, like, beware, we don't know who these are. Just watch out. Don't trust them. nice place to grow up, if you ask me. There's a lot of food. The people are just... There's a squirrel ahead of us. He's just going... Is this a squirrel? Yeah. He's just running ahead of us. He will now take off.
This is not a squirrel.
It's a squirrel. Yeah, it's an African squirrel.
Yeah.
It really is a squirrel. Ndu, tumeta ndu, katulu. So when it's really small, we call it katulu. And it's gone. Why did we move out of these places? Why have the young people all run away to the cities? You leave such a nice environment and go to live in Kibera. We don't know. There's a church. So the people doing farming mostly, we'll ask Mutuko, but I think the people who are doing farming mostly will be old people. We're here! Akamba Cultural Center and Museum. There's a pub also. No, we're not yet here. It's just showing us the direction, yeah? So we're in a good... We're moving in the right way. This is another home here. So you'll find the improvement, or I don't know, we can't call it improvement. But the way the homes develop nowadays is that there will just be a home that is not having all these little other houses. It's just a home and a toilet. Like, people are becoming more, living more individually, but still living in the old ways. There's a river down there. There's a river actually. You can see people drawing, having water barrels. So, just behaving as if I have 1 minute and we are there. So we'll take one corner. Wow. It is quite a distance, but I think we feel the distance more because we took the wrong turn somewhere. You see how people don't greet each other here?
Mm.
Yeah.
You just don't quit.
We just don't do that.
Okay.
I don't know. I would have imagined people will greet, but not when we're inside the car. When we are just walking, people will stop me to ask me I'm from which family. This is the way. Museum Campsite Pub. Tuko. It's so green and nice. Oh, look at all this greenery area. This one has made an addition to her house, or his house. The flowers are so beautiful. So I think we're approaching the cultural center. There we go. this plant here, we also used it a lot for fencing. It has very nice, beautiful yellow flowers. Here we go. Yeah, all the plantation, all the trees are familiar to me. Look at this beautiful. Thank you so much. We've come to the end. We've found the Akamba Cultural Center, and I thank you for staying all along and for your time. And we are going to continue. The next video, we are going to have Motuko come, and we're going to have a lot of people coming to really give us an experience of what this cultural center is all about. Until then, have a nice time. Thank you.